Hello, hello, hello. This is Adelaide Brown, your heart coach, and I want to welcome you to another episode of The Heartline with Adelaide Brown. The Heartline is a show where we come together and grow heart equity, personal, relational, and financial wealth that we develop through authentic living. Today, I wanted to get on and talk with you a little bit about one of my other professions. We talk about personal, relational, and financial wealth and how I grow that in real life. I am a life and business coach, and I'm also a licensed real estate agent. So I am a realtor, and I really often get on and talk to you guys about heart equity. And real estate is one of the ways that I grow heart equity. I truly believe that when we develop ourselves internally, it spreads into our world and our community. And, the Bible tells us that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And with that being said, real estate is the earth, it's the land. And I believe that this is a gift that God has given me. It is a calling that I have on my life to be able to help people and encourage them as they go through their lives and, really learn more about real estate. So, one of the things that I like to do, and there's a program that I offer in my company called the Residence Ownership Initiative. And in that initiative, we offer the Road to Approval. The Road to Approval is a community where individuals who are first-time home buyers and or first-time investors come together so that they can learn the tools and the skills that they need to not only get into real estate but be able to grow their real estate portfolio and be able to grow wealth by using real estate as a tool to do that. I'm really excited about it. I've been a licensed agent since 2020. However, I've been helping people get into their homes since it's been a long time. I'll say at least since 2011, 2012. So I've been in real estate for a very long time, been practicing real estate now for over 5 years. And today's show, I wanted to get on and just talk with you a little bit about what you need in order to get on the road to approval so that you can grow hard equity via real estate. Right? Like that's one of the things about this show. We're not just getting on just to talk. The Heartline with Adelaide Brown is a heartline. And I think of it like a lifeline. I think of it like a hotline that's a lifeline. When I was growing up, they had hotlines where people can call in and talk and share how they were feeling or, whatever issues they had going on, let people know about where they were in life. And then when I think about a lifeline, you might have someone that's drowning or you might have someone that's going through a rough time and you throw them a lifeline, and it helps to renew them, restore them, rejuvenate them. And one of the things that I find very interesting is a lot of people make good money. A lot of people are very well versed. They know a lot of information, but I've found a lot of people don't know about real estate. So today I just want to talk to you about 5 tips to building wealth by via real estate. And also I want to invite you to check out my website and really, lock yourself in and connect with me. After you hear this show, you may want to do a consultation. I offer free real estate consultations. If you want to do a consultation and talk more about how we can support you, I would love to do that. But today, with the Heart Tribe, the Heart Realtor, I have to put my Heart Realtor hat on, and I want to talk to you a little bit about wealth building tips through real estate. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into that. And before we do that, let me share my screen because I'm really interested in making sure that we are living our lives to the fullest potential. I'm really interested in making sure that we are doing the work that we need to do, and by doing that, we can find ourselves being successful, right, in every area of our lives. That's what is. That's how we cultivate. We do the hard work so that we can grow heart equity. So, the road to approval, 5 steps to building wealth. right? Step number one, get focused on your future. Are you ready to put you first? Your mindset matters the most as you travel the road to approval and get serious about building wealth. One of the biggest issues I find when I talk to clients, and it really doesn't matter their income level, one of the biggest issues I find is that people are very afraid to prioritize their own needs, their own goals, their own desires. Many of the clients that I come into contact with are caretakers in some way, shape, or form. They're taking care of their spouses, they're taking care of their children, they're taking care of their parents. They take care of people in their profession, work with a lot of healthcare professionals, a lot of veterans. So there's already this idea of service. So one of the things that we need to do when we think about building wealth on the road to approval, specifically when it comes to real estate, you need to understand that you need to put you first. You need to put your desires, your focuses, your dreams first. Because I always tell my clients in life and business, and like in real estate, if you don't put you first, you're not going to be in the shape and prepared enough to take care of others on the level that you want to take care of them. A lot of times we like to try to pour from an empty cup, but if you're pouring from an empty cup, you're actually hurting yourself because if there's nothing in the cup, then that means you might be getting shards from the cup, right? That means you might be getting scrapings, and that's not healthy. Most of the cups aren't edible, last I checked. So you want to make sure that your cup is filled and or you're filling your own cup when it's time for you to get into real estate. Get focused on your future. I understand people may need you, people may have issues going on, while you're working on being on the road to approval and getting approved and building wealth, the first thing you need to do is get focused. You need to get focused on your future. You have to work on the mindset. You have to become more aware, more self aware. You have to pay attention to your habits and to your triggers because as you do that, you can make better life decisions. And in those life decisions include financial decisions. So, step one in the 5 steps to building wealth via real estate on the road to approval is to get focused on your future, yours, right? Now, step two is mind your money. After you've made up in your mind, hey, I'm putting me first. This is my goal. I'm getting my first house, or I'm going to get my first investment property. I'm really going to lock in. I know there may be some changes or sacrifices that I have to make. The next thing you want to do, or simultaneously, you want to be working on minding your money. It is important that you're sure about the current state of your personal credit and the wealth that you have accumulated. What are your assets? What are your liabilities? Know them, verify them, know what's on your credit report. Make sure that it's accurate. Do your just due and your due diligence to make sure that your money is where it needs to be. Because unless someone is deeding you land, giving it to you, you're going to need money to build wealth via real estate. And one of the ways that you can get that is having credit that is credit worthy and approval worthy. You want your credit report to be approval worthy. And how do you do that? You mind your money. You pay your bills on time. You keep your credit card balances low and you pay your credit cards. This is a trick. This is a tip. A lot of people will say, well, I pay my credit cards on time. It's okay to pay it on time, but that won't necessarily improve your credit score. When you pay your credit card, you need to pay it at least 3 to 5 days before your statement date ends. Typically, your credit card will have a due date, but then it will also have a billing period. Whatever the last day of that billing period is, you want to get in the habit of making your credit card payments at least 3 to 5 days before that billing period ends that month so that you can get the maximum benefit that you would need to help improve your credit score. Now, there are other things that you can do, but that's just one quick tip to think about it. For example, your credit card bill might be due on the 15th of every month. But when you go look at your bill closely, you'll see that the billing period on your credit card is typically starts on the 22nd and it ends on the 21st. So instead of paying your bill by the let's say the billing period starts on the first, starts on the second and ends on the first. So what you would want to do is make sure that you pay your bill maybe the last day of the month, maybe the 24th, 25th, 26th, so that when the first comes around and your credit card reports on the credit report, you will be able to get that will show up when it's reporting on your credit, and it will allow you to better improve your credit score. Now, when you get in the road to approval, we have other tips very similar to that. We go into detail. We really look at your specific situation and give you insight and tips on you personally. But I just wanted to give you that because I want you to understand that if you start making a few adjustments right now, you can be further along the road to approval than you think. You might already be approval worthy. And if you're not, these are the tips that you can use to get you there. So, minding your money is the primary thing you need to do. But before you can do that, you got to get focused. You got to make sure your mindset is set, that your mindset is secure on what your goals are. You want to make sure that you're aware of yourself, what triggers you. Do you spend money impulsively when you get upset or you get excited or you get nervous? Those are things you want to get focused and learn about yourself, because you're going to have to mind your money on this road to approval so that you can not only obtain an approval, but remain approval worthy and be able to grow the wealth that you desire to grow. All right. So first tip is get focused on your future. Second tip is mind your money. Third tip is invest in real estate. When I research all of the most wealthy people that I know, the people that I admire, that I might want to model myself after, every single one of them use real estate as a tool to grow their wealth. Real estate is a proven vehicle on the road to building wealth. So, whether you're desiring to invest in property, to purchase your first home, or purchase multiple properties, you're growing a real estate portfolio, maybe a rental portfolio. You have other ideas about how you want to use your real estate, agricultural, commercial. There are different ways that you can use real estate. But one of the tried and true proven ways to grow wealth is to accumulate the right real estate, right? You don't want to just buy anything. The buzz term and phrase in real estate is location, location, location. So you don't want to just buy any old thing, but you want to make sure that you are purchasing a property or properties that work towards your goals. And as you mind your money and remain focused, those goals may change. And that's why you want to make sure that you are always minding your money and staying focused, so that as you invest in real estate and your investment desires may shift, you're always on top of that. You can always use these tools to help you. So, the third tip to building wealth is investing in real estate, right? The fourth tip to um, being able to purchase real estate, to really stay along the road to approval, stay approval worthy, is you want to discipline yourself. You want to set a specific plan for building your wealth in a way that works for you and complements your future needs. Once the plan is set, develop a discipline that supports your goals. You have future needs and desires. Some people don't have children to set up a college fund for, but some people do. Some people have dreams and plans of what they want to do in the future. And in order to be ready for that, you want to start planning right now. So you want to discipline yourself. Wealth building has a lot to do with mindset and focus and how you want to show up in your life. It is very important for us to understand that people who are really truly wealthy are truly people who are disciplined, are consistent. Growing wealth does not happen overnight. People get rich overnight, but it takes a lifetime to maintain those riches for it to really be wealth. It needs to benefit you, right? There's a difference between swelling and growing. Swelling is unhealthy, growth is. So when you think about building wealth in your life, discipline has to be a big part of it. I know that's not a fun thing that we like to talk about, but still, yet, it is something we need to talk about. Discipline has everything to do with how much wealth we're going to be able to build, when, and how. It has everything to do with it. So I just want to encourage you, discipline yourself before you invest in real estate, while you're investing in real estate, so that that discipline can support you in building wealth, and not just financial wealth, right? This wealth building we're talking about is personal wealth, relational wealth, which I believe relationship currency is the most valuable currency we have. I truly believe that, because you don't need money when you have the right relationships. You can still get certain things done. But if you're not willing to discipline yourself and show up and be that individual that you need to be, then you're not going to approve yourself. So why would somebody else approve you? That's why we want to really look at these steps and focus in on them. Okay. All right. So the last step in the road to approval and building wealth, and staying approval worthy, being able to be approved multiple times consistently. Don't travel alone. Don't travel alone. Wealth follows success. Surround yourself with people and situations that support, educate, and encourage you to build wealth consistently. You don't want to make it a habit of you surround yourself with people just because you want to be in this crowd, but they're gatekeepers. They don't make you better. They might seem like they're doing better than you, but are they willing to support you and uplift you and encourage you and guide you so that you can be wealthy like them? You want to be around people who challenge you. You want to be around people who encourage you. If you are the sharpest knife in the drawer, you're probably in the wrong drawer. I've heard, um, if you look at the five people closest to you, that'll tell you about where you are in life. And I just want to encourage you with where you are, and just tell you, I know it's scary a lot of times when we talk about building wealth. And you will hear people say things like, don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. You will hear statements like that. But one thing I have found, I have not seen anyone get anywhere in any level of success in building any type of wealth where they did it solely by themselves. They encountered somebody along the way, whether they had to pay that person, whether that person volunteered, that person just looked out. It might have even been someone that was giving them a hard time, but that challenge helped prepare them for the road and the success that was up ahead. But wealth follows success. So if you really want to build wealth, you want to be around other wealthy people. And there are multiple forms of wealth. You have wealth in your health, wealth in your relationship, wealth in your finances, wealth in your community, right? Wealth in your faith. So when we talk about these tips to building wealth, yes, it's a real estate focus, but you can apply this to any and every area of your life. And that's why we have the road to approval. Because I know it's hard. Maybe you don't have anyone in your family or a friend that you can really talk to about what you're working on and what some of your goals are. But in our road to approval community, that is a space where you will be uplifted, you will be educated, you will be encouraged, and even challenged. If you're not talking right or saying things that don't make sense, we'll challenge you on that, because we want you to grow. We want you to get better. We want you to thrive. And I believe that when you implement these five tips, you will start to truly see a transformation in your life. Now, there are other things we teach and other plans that we follow. But I wanted to get on today and share these five quick tips for building wealth because I believe if you just right now, let's run through them. The first step that I highlighted, and these things are kind of sort of in order, but not really, right? You can keep rotating around with these tips. But the first one is get focused on your future. There's a bullseye in front of you, you're focused on right in the middle. Put you first. You cannot reach the goals you want to reach and get to where you want to go if you are not willing to put you first in your life. And once you put you first, you can better take care of everybody else that you're concerned about. Tip number two, mind your money. Know your assets. Know your liabilities. Know your credit report. Know the state of your banking. What is going on in your life financially? What is going on with you mentally and emotionally? Be clear on that because all of that impacts how you make decisions, especially financial decisions. People don't realize how so many of your financial choices you don't realize are emotional. And when you mind your money, you make better wealth building choices. Okay. Tip number three, invest in real estate. Real estate is a proven vehicle on the road to wealth building. And on the road to approval, our primary focus is to get you approval worthy and keep you approval worthy so that you can not only obtain your first property as a homeowner, but also obtain your first investment property. We want to support you along the way, and we want you to use real estate as a tool. And we're here to support you in doing that. The fourth tip to building wealth is discipline yourself. I don't know anybody that I consider wealthy that doesn't have a healthy discipline in their life. Maybe it's their morning routine. Maybe it is the values that they've placed on their lives, their businesses, their families. Maybe it is their non negotiables, the boundaries that they have put in place. You have to have boundaries for yourself. We like to always talk about setting boundaries with others in relationships, but you also need to discipline yourself and set up boundaries for you so that you can make better choices and better decisions and live a wealthy life, approval worthy at all times. And when I talk about approval, I'm talking about getting mortgage financing, being able to purchase a home through financing, or being able to generate enough cash or income to be able to purchase a property straight cash, right? So when I'm talking about approval worthy, I'm talking about getting approved for a mortgage, a home loan, or being able to approve yourself with a cash purchase or offer. Okay. All right. And last but not least, one that I think is probably the most important, the first one and the last one, don't travel alone. Step five in the five tips to building wealth, wealth follows success. Stop allowing pride to cause you to miss out on great relationships. Get to know people. Ask people for help. Sign up for seminars. Get out there. Maybe your current circle doesn't support the goals and dreams that you have, but you can find a circle. You can create a circle. It's time for you to get out of your comfort zone, your toxic little bubble, and it's time for you to get out and connect with others. Build a community that can grow approval worthy together. That's what I'm doing in the road to approval so that so that you're not just building wealth by yourself. You're building wealth with others. And the Bible tells us one can move 1,000, but two can move 10,000. That 10x that thousand. So teamwork often brings about 10 times the return just because you have taken the time to work with somebody else. So don't despise small beginnings and don't despise having a great community around you that's loving you and supporting you and showing you how to grow wealth as well. Because we build wealth, we grow wealth. So many of us are trying to just get it all in one fell swoop, but it's one of those things that you have to be consistent, stay disciplined, and you will start to notice a change. But you got to be willing to stay the course. And that's why we call it the road to approval. Because you may be approved now, and then not approve. And then we keep walking that road and get you back to approval. But we stay on the road to approval so that you can stay approval ready. So those are the 5 tips that I wanted to share with you tonight um, on our podcast. Well, today on our podcast. And I really also just want to let you know, like when I talk about doing hard work, I understand. Like when I talk about emotions and feelings, I talk about that because I see how when you have an unregulated nervous system and your emotions are not under control. I've watched clients sabotage themselves, can't buy properties, can't get into investment, aren't approval worthy. It's not that they don't make enough money. It's not that they don't have what it takes, but they have not worked those steps. They have not been staying focused on their future. They are so survival oriented, and it's all about what's happening in the now. You have to be willing to look ahead, plan, and prep. They're not minding their money. They don't know their assets and their liabilities. They don't know the balances on their credit cards. They don't know what their credit score is. So it's really hard to make huge financial decisions when you are not clear on the current state of your finances. So you want to discipline yourself and don't travel alone. And that's why I pride myself on being the realtor that I am and the heart coach that I am, because I like to educate my clients. I want you to have the information that you need. And if I don't know, we can find out together. But it is very important for me for you to build wealth. Because what are we doing? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. He commanded us to be fruitful and multiply and take dominion over the earth. So how are you taking dominion? How are you building wealth? I'm curious. Leave it in the comments. Send me an email, heartcoachtalk@gmail.com. Go check out the website, adelaibrown.com. You can find out more about our real estate. You can find out more about our books. You can find out more about if you want me to come and speak or help you or support you along the road to approval. But I'm stuck on these terms that I've been hearing since I've been growing up. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Of course, as a realtor, I want to get paid for my work, but I really value the fact that I can help people um, purchase real estate and really find themselves in a situation. I saw what my grandmother's house did for my family. I've watched people who've had homes in the family for generation and what that does for the family, how that strengthens them and secures their identity. It gives them something to look forward to have a homestead to go back to. It's like no matter where you go, you always have a place called home. And that's important to me. And I believe things like that are important to you as well. And that's why it's important for us to stay on the road to approval and always focus on building wealth because we have multiple ways to do that. And that's why I'm so excited that you're growing heart equity with us. What is heart equity? Personal, relational, financial wealth that we grow through authentic living. And that's what this is about. So that's our show for today. I wanted to just really encourage you. If you want to start your home ownership journey, I would love to assist you. Go to the website, adelaibrown.com. You can book a consultation. You can do the contact us page and myself or my team will reach out to you. You can even shoot us a text. The business line is 854-900-3977. Let's stay uplifted. Let's stay connected. I truly believe that when you heal your heart, you transform your life and you transform the world. And I believe that when you got your house in order and your finances are in order, it's a lot easier for you to heal and to focus, not having to be in survival mode because I've been there. I know what it's like. And I don't think that it's not a comfortable space for us to be. And I don't want us to be there if we don't have to. Okay. All right. Well, we will be back with another episode of The Heartline with Adelaide Brown. make sure you like this episode. Make sure you share this episode. If you're not following me already, make sure you're following me on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Want to stay connected, TikTok. I want to be there to support you. Um, and yeah, I just also wanted to let you know a little bit more about how I'm out here growing heart equity. And this is one of the ways that my team and I are doing it. So I'm so thankful. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me. Remember, you're already building wealth. Stay on your road to approval and you watch how God makes things happen for you because I truly believe every heart needs a home and there's a home awaiting every heart. Okay? All right. I love y'all. This is Adelaide Brown signing out. Have a wonderful evening. Talk to you next time.